This is it, boys. This is the finale. Oh, I'm so hype. Well, not in the traditional sense, I guess. Not in the traditional sense. 6:22, yeah, that's this morning. My gaming habits are good and healthy. Final strike. The Separatist dropship threatens all of Delta's gains, delivering waves of troops into the Wookiee city. It's up to 4 brave commandos to reach the vessel and shoot it out of the sky. Earlier, I did a bunch of missions. Nothing really important happened story-wise. They're just continuing to help the efforts on Kashyyyk. Or Kashyyyk. I prefer Kashyyyk, because I'm pretty sure that's how it's supposed to be said. This came out before the third movie, so... Is my sensitivity correct? Sorry about the sensitivity checks. I'm about to drop off 6-2. He's going to go into his turret.
6-2, mounting missile turret.
There was a bug. There he is. And then, yeah, this morning it was, 6 a.m. or whatever, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to try and beat the game. So I ran, and I made it to my turret. Of course, after making it to my turret, the bugs decided, hey, let's spawn like this. Anyway, let's just get these all figured out now. Grenade. Call it a freaking day. Can you not reach him normally? There we go. Bugs down, baby. I'm not doing so hot with the knife. He is humping the wall, and he's exploded. We'll take it. Oh, there were 2 of them there. Maybe after killing all the babies. Nope, this is a rated family show. This is a family rated channel. We're not saying anything about this. You guys remember when they all spawned in the same spot? That was good. Let's just spawn all the babies in. So the way I died is I was in the turret, I was doing the objective, it was going so good, it was so well. And yeah, they just killed me from behind. It just was too many of them. I should really be using the pistol on these little peons. Oh, Buffy, I have a treat for you. It's under here. It's a treat. I dropped it the other day. It's eggs. No! Did you get it? Buffy, it's a treat. Right here. It's hard as a rock. Up. Let the vacuum get it. I just figure dogs like foods. Anyway, that was a mistake by yours truly to let personal life things happen.
6-2, hop on. 6-2, mounting
There
missile
he is.
turret. Killed that one.
Yes, I did. And he got me already. So now I've died 2 times on the way to the finale. That's amazing. This time we're going to do it nice and clean. I do wish the armor was, like, looking better than that. It doesn't really matter, though. Stylistically, mechanically, You know, this game is really good. I was perusing some reviews today. I've actually been doing a lot of research. And I know this is gonna be sound stupid. Oh, health critical already? This is gonna sound dumb. Well, I don't know what memes that are gonna be in this video. I'm gonna put. How about I say that up front? In fact, I don't know. I don't know any memes that I'm gonna put into videos. Usually, it's very abnormal for me to know what meme I'm putting in the video as I'm writing the script or playing the game. Sometimes I come across like funny memes in my feed or whatever, and I'm like, oh, that's a good one. And I think maybe once or twice I've been like, that is definitely, I have to put that in my video. But like all the memes from my Satisfactory video, the one I did right before this, completely improv, all of them. Every last meme, improv. It came to me as I was working on the video, doing other things. And most of those, even at that, were crud. Most of those at that were in the voice recording, obviously, because you need, you know, for the bits that I'm actually talking. And the other ones came from when I was in the editing process. Nothing really funny happened in game. You know, and sometimes funny things happen in the game that I think should be included, or the game inherently is funny, like is the case with, you know, Barack Fu or something like that. Let's get this last one. I want 0 complications this time. But a lot of the time I'm improving. So I don't really even know what memes I'm going to put in this next video. Why did I get on this topic? Anyway.
Get on that turbo laser and take out that ship. Delta Squad, concentrate turbo lasers on target.
I don't know. The other times they've had me say... They've had me shoot ships and crap. They've actually shown me with a reticle where I'm supposed to shoot. It's kind of weird there's just a massive square. Oh. Okay. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's like a glitch? Graphical glitch? Due to my mod pack? Maybe I can destroy this part of the hull. This rendered correctly. I don't know. No, but this reticle is saying that... Or I can just keep shooting where I was before. I don't know. But, oh, that's where I was going with the conversation. Holy crap. So, it's been 20 years since this game came out, and I noticed there's a couple YouTube videos that people have made that are this game 20 years later. You know, Republic Commando 20 years later. I haven't watched them, and I won't watch them. I think that, okay, there's particle effects coming off of it there. Perfect. We'll just keep shooting there. But I wanted to make it a little more informative, like, and mainly I want to include some information like, okay, well, why isn't this game got a sequel, or was there a sequel? Like, what happened since this game? Like, what is the legacy, right? What is the legacy? And the other thing that that started to irk me in recent times is the game publishers, game developers, like the companies themselves, they never, it's like Rare made Donkey Kong, right? How amazing that was. But it's like nobody works at Rare that made Donkey Kong anymore. So any new game that comes out after, that after Donkey Kong had its time, Donkey Kong 64 or whatever, Donkey Kong Country, whatever, you know what I mean. Or like after it's had its time, like how do you know? Sorry. Okay, so there's particle effects everywhere. Maybe I will focus fire on that stupid square. Looks dumb. There we go. That really was what it was. Jeez. I need to absorb this.
Nothing like a little precision teamwork, Deltas. And that was nothing like a little precision teamwork. Lose the chatter, Commandos. What now, sir?
Awaiting further instructions, 40.
Delta Squad, regroup at 3/8's position for exfil. Boss, I've got a problem here.
Sev, where are you?
Lost his signal, boss.
Well, find it again, damn it. Squad, regroup. We're going after Sev.
Negative 3/8. New orders came through from the Jedi generals. Clear the area. Evac now.
I don't care if they came from Master Yoda himself.
As a matter of fact, they did, soldier. Now get your squad over there. Well, that's our orders. 40? He's right, boss. We gotta evac. Sir, we have to go back.
Really? The fate of the Delta Squad, racked with guilt about leaving their comrade behind. Sev, man. Delta Squad follows orders and boards the gunship. The painful reality of the Republic Commando is that duty must come before brotherhood. Oh my gosh. Epilogue.
Delta Lead, get your men under control. One commando is not worth risking an entire operation. One commando? He's talking about my pod brother.
Hold on, Advisor. What do you mean, an entire operation?
Your team was the advance force for a full-scale Republic invasion. I had strict orders not to tell you. It was your reconnaissance, your intel that verified the operation. And now the invasion has begun. Republic assault ship on Vector 6.
Hostiles to starboard, ready guns. Firing solution in 2 seconds. Watch it, Bravo Leader, they're on your tail. Twin starfighters, incoming in 0.
Jeez. Dang.
Look! It's the invasion force! Taking the city was only the beginning. I've never seen so many ships before. Yes, sir. Yes, I'll patch you through right away. Listen up, Delta.
A little bit of Vader's theme there, the Empire theme.
All Republic forces, establish forward command in Kajiro.
Is that really who I think it is?
Rendezvous with Delta Squad, we must. Upon them, we rest Macho. Wookiee freedom must not be sacrificed.
Sorry, Deltas. Looks like it's back to the action. You have your orders.
Delta Squad, lock and load.
Dang. That's such a good game, dude. This is, in fact, one of this is the first time that in a Star Wars game's history is used more than the John Williams score recut. And it's the first time that they have licensed music, which is what you're hearing right now. Which is crazy. I'd like to listen to all of it. But I have to keep going to my stupid thought or I'm going to ADHD it out of existence again. So, yeah, I'm just trying to make the 20th anniversary video like something special. It's not just like I played this after 20 years and I recommend you play it. But it's going to be like the legacy, right? Which is what I was talking about before. This game existed, then what? Okay. And I'll just tell you in this video right here. Maybe it'll help me organize my thoughts later. 5 novels came out of this. Yeah, they're not canon anymore. However, the characters from Delta Squad are canon. Delta Squad is canon. 3-8, Fixer, Scorch, Sev. They're all canon characters because Dave Filoni put them into... Scorch specifically was in, I think, a cameo in Bad Batch. But the idea of the clone commando, like being a further augmented, further genetically augmented clone, that idea stuck around as well, and that's been canonized. So the concept of the clone commando was created for this game, the genetically altered clone, enhanced clone, I should say, created for this game. The Delta Squad created for this game. Delta Squad and the Clone Commando, canon. Everything that happened in this game is not canon per the Disney purge of sending everything to the void of Star Wars Legends. But five novels, none of them were canonized. There is a sequel game, and it exists. I need to look it up though. It's a mobile game, not for Android. It's for a proprietary like phone OS that existed like alongside Android and iOS. It's called like Symbian, and there was a game for that. There was a sequel, and it was in the concepting phase. They had concept art for it and everything, and it was going to take place after Order 66, and it would see you as Delta Squad carrying out the Empire's orders, and it wasn't going to be called Republic Commando. It was going to be called Imperial Commando, which I think is so cool. Like, what a cool concept to continue the darker look into the boots on the ground clone soldiers, and showcase the horrors that they had to go through carrying out Order 66, killing off the remainder of the Jedi. That would have been so good, dude. And see, and the other thing that happened was the 5th novel, so in the novelized series, it was called Imperial Commando. So the sequel, the true sequel game, got scrapped, but the novelist was like, bro, this is such a good idea, and he just went and he wrote what he thought some of the missions would be like, in a novel form. So cool, dude. That novelist also, and Republic Commando is also the reason why Mando the Mandalorian language, is fleshed out. And in fact, now that I see it, no way, dude. This is the lyrics in Mando of, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm seeing this, of the song they're singing. This first one is Vote. VOTE. Or Vote. Vote and means brothers all. Well, this first word though is glory, and I wonder, GLOR. This might be the English translation, but where's the Mando translation? That was cool. But they specifically wrote the stanzas for this song in Mando and there's a English direct to English translation. The author of the books, he saw it, and he was so inspired by the work they did to throw this together to make it actually sound like an imperial, or not, to sound like a chant. He was like, screw it, I'm just going to make up the rest of the language. And so he did. He did. And it was in the lore and everything. It was beautiful. I need to see the extras now. Oh, this is nice. Bro, the quality though. We have upscaled it quite a bit, so this is like 4 times as big. Wow. We have made it look... The modders have done such a good job of upscaling this. There's a multiplayer mode to this game, and there is a... You can mod it to have a server browser to be able to play with your friends or online. Was that an environment interaction that just would have done something, or was he just shooting the sign for no reason? Yeah, that's cool that they do that. They kick the grenade back. This is all completely unusable footage, and it's likely that it'll just get copy struck, but I don't. Second channel don't really care. That was annoying. That's like one of the last levels, one of the last missions. Invisible? Did not realize. They're trying so hard to make this like hardcore, and it is. I guess it didn't look that much better previously. Dude, they're jamming so hard. I love this, man. I don't remember what I was talking about. Concept art montage. All these...
Concept art is used by a development team to test and establish the look and feel of a game before actual construction begins.
I knew that.
Even in an established universe like Star Wars, everything starts with concept art: weapons, locales, and characters. In designing the world of Republic Commando, concept artist Greg Knight took an interesting angle. He imagined that if the movies were seen from the lofty perspective of the Jedi, then what might the same universe look like, as seen through the battle-hardened eyes of a soldier? The result is a darker and grittier interpretation of some familiar Star Wars elements. At the center of the Republic Commando gameplay experience is the Commando soldier himself. To create this elite warrior, aspects of the original Star Wars design were combined with elements drawn from other inspirations, including Roman gladiators, Navy SEALs, and ninjas.
Ninjas, baby.
Star Wars creator George Lucas suggested that the Commandos wear color-coded armor to differentiate one from the other, and to capitalize on the visual metaphors he was exploring for Episode 3. Color, tone,
Nice.
a sense of space and realism. These are the features the concept artist sought to capture while illustrating the virtual sets of Republic Commando. The game originally centered around one single day of the war, set entirely on Geonosis.
Oh.
But soon, more environments were added, including the planet of Kashyyyk from the upcoming Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, that's right.
Each weapon was created to reflect the personality of the faction that wields it. The Republic Commando rifle is efficient, adaptable, and absolutely deadly.
I do think that's really cool.
It sucks the blood of its host and converts it into a fiery napalm spray. And the Trandoshan weapons were imagined as brutal, but badly engineered, with details like fire extinction to cope with the inevitable malfunctions. Finally,
That's
the
funny.
Commando complements its arsenal with turrets and vehicles. Hundreds of sketches and paintings must be whittled down to a handful of iconic images. These final concepts serve as the foundation for prototyping and are fleshed out in full three-dimensional detail, breathing life into the characters, creatures, and environments of Republic Commando.
Whoa. That's a cool little look. Foley featurette. Oh, this will be good. I always like seeing them make Foley. Let's see what they did.
Placing detonator. Clear. Fire in the hole.
The soundtrack for Star Wars Republic Commando immerses the player into the world of the galaxy's most elite special operative team. Foley is a critical component of this audio.
Really on the
Software
eggs?
mastered by the feature film industry has been used by the team at LucasArts to capture organic sounds and audible nuances for the game.
Foley provides a level of immersion that you don't get with regular hard effects. It gives you a level of detail that even if you don't register it, subconsciously it makes you feel like you're there. You don't always think about footsteps, for example. No one ever says, wow, those were great sounding footsteps in that game. Good job. You know, it's more about just sort of emotionally reinforcing what it is that you're seeing and feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Foley artist Jana Vance has created sound effects for feature films like Star Wars, Minority Report, Saving Private Ryan, and Pitch Black.
Oh, so she's a pro.
Come to Jana and Foley artists for their expertise and say, I need something that sort of sounds like this, and I start using a lot of adjectives and sometimes we end up making sort of noises or talking in very sort of abstract terms about sound. There's an animation that's not...
As he's talking, I'm kind of thinking, well, what do I have? And we have so many different things. And then, you know, is it old? Is it new? Is it high tech? Is it going to be squeaky? And then you pretty much have to go to your boxes and pull some things out. And then what we say is, you know, what is the mic like? Sometimes when you get it in front of the microphone, it sounds a little bit different than just in the room with your ear.
The Foley process is part scavenger hunt, part trial and error, oftentimes using everyday items in unexpected ways.
For Star Wars, since it's fantasy, the range is really pretty unlimited. What creates those sounds oftentimes is completely disassociated from what it is that you're seeing.
This place gives me the creeps.
For the Trandoshans, David said, you know, he wants them to be heavy and organic and kind of lizardy, but maybe monsterish. So I ended up using some pineapple. A pineapple actually split in half for that, which gave us the texture and gave us the density and gave us the weight and gave us some of the wetness. And then the little baby insect little monsters, we used some cabbage with some oyster shells actually to kind of give it this crackly, organic, kind of rubbery, insecty sound. So that was fun.
You'd never know.
Though the sources are sometimes unusual, Foley adds that last layer of reality to the Star Wars Republic Commando soundtrack.
It's sort of that aha moment when you plug in the Foley and all of a sudden the game comes to life.
Very cool. Very cool. Spec Ops featurette. I love they included this. This is such a treat. Nice guitar riff.
Star Wars Republic Commando takes players behind enemy lines as the leader of an elite squad of highly trained commando soldiers. To gain insider's perspective on this type of combat experience, the animation team brought in Special Ops instructor Joe Bachoco, a veteran with over 30 years of military experience.
Republic Commando has tried to really focus in on the military aspect of Star Wars and get that sense of realism in the game. We really wanted these commandos to feel like an elite squad and get them to feel like they're a lethal weapon in the game. As animators, we don't get to feel like soldiers. Having Joe come in really helped us get into that mindset.
I start with something very, very basic. I start with safety rules, 4 safety rules. I go into how to grip a weapon safely, how to draw a 5-point draw, how to move with a handgun or a long gun. I try and make it as close as reality as I possibly can. We took a team of 4 and we went through breaching a door, whether it be a single door or a double door, going in single file, filing into the room. It's very, very important to go in at once as one unit, making sure their weapons are carried in a functional way, and making sure that everyone knows their job, knows their strengths and weaknesses. It's very, very dangerous because once
This level of detail really comes through. You know, even 20 years later, you can just tell.
Are willing to kill you, and this is why I take this kind of training. Even though it's not live fire training, I take it very, very seriously.
While walking through the exercises with Joe, you really get a sense of what an actual soldier feels when they're walking through environments, unknown, dangerous environments. You really get a sense of how vulnerable you are and how much you have to depend on your squad mates.
The team then took this information and training into the digital realm, infusing the commandos with military precision and professionalism.
First man in is good. They need to think like I think and put themselves in my mindset. Take it very, very seriously. Think of them being fired upon, getting hit, getting hurt, and getting themselves killed. Once you put yourselves in that kind of frame of mind, you will do everything that you can correctly.
That's the big takeaway that I got from this. And we really try to get that into the game, really try to get the commandos to look like they got each other's back and they're really
That's
able
incredible.
to get that job done and to follow each other up on it.
You can just tell that they had the passion to be able to make it that realistic, dude. It comes through. 20 years later, it comes through, and it's like it's. I have not played any other game that feels like it. Complete Kashyyyk campaign for Tamara Morrison interview. What do you mean Kashyyyk campaign? Campaign map? Is that not what I just did? Pardon? This is not good. This is not good. Kashyyyk. The final strike. Well, yeah, I beat all these. Well, did you just not? Oh, what the heck? It didn't add a save file for what we just did? Like a completed save file? That's funky. But it's okay. Anyway, that was fun. I can't wait to start editing this together. It'll be out on the 4th of May. May the 4th, Star Wars Day. Of which I celebrate. I'm not a little freak about it. Okay, I'm cool. I'm one of the coolest Star Wars enjoyers on the planet. I can't believe that I see the freaking stanzas in here for the song. That blows my mind. I'm gonna have to learn. Not while the freaking cam's going. But that's good practice. Brothers all. Brother. Brothers. No, it can't be all. That's like 4 letters. That's all. This is brothers all. BROTHERSALL. Brothers all. Thanks for joining me. Masterpiece game. That's my final verdict. Bye.